CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode.
So one last time, all hail Calazar!
All hail Calazar!
All hail Calazar!
We'll sync those in edit.
Hi, I'm Mo, he, him, and welcome to the epilogue of the Tier 2 R&D Squad, aka the Farm Upstate. I'm here with Atlas.
Hi, I'm Atlas. I am he, it pronouns. I am playing Helter, who always uses he, it, and we pronouns. Helter is the transformed, although at this point I don't think we're doing Beam Saber game anymore, so maybe it doesn't count. But you can find my stuff at atlas.pizza.
Not that pizza. And we have Valmina.
Different pizza.
I'm shocked it took us that long to make that joke.
Hi. Hi, Valmina May. My pronouns are they, them. I play Tansy Rue, she, her, who is the ace of the squad. Magical girl / disaster lesbian / puddle of angst, burning, seething rage.
/ orphan.
Oh, no, we don't know that. Yeah. To be discovered in the minutes that follow. You can find my stuff by Googling me. My name is pretty unique. Good luck with that.
And Myth.
Hi, I'm Myth. I use she and they pronouns. I am playing Verbal Acquisition, who is a bureaucrat. Verbal uses they and he pronouns both. You can find me on my link tree at Myth88. That's MYF88. And you should go listen to my band, Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead, either at our Bandcamp or through No Funeral Records. Our new album should be out by the time you hear this. It's called Tragedy is Catharsis, and it's really good.
It's good. I've heard it.
Hell yeah.
And Ruby.
Hello, my name is Ruby Soleil Rain. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Worm, A and B, maybe B, who knows, we'll see. I'm using the proxy playbook, also using she, her pronouns, and you can find me on Twitter at IronsparkCyrus, on co-host at Soleil Rain, Tumblr at Soleil Rain. You can find me in a lot of places. Find me.
Where are you, Ruby?
That's the worst intro I've done, and this is the last one.
Find me in the future.
And I am Mo. You could find me and my work at ashyfeet.com. We're going to do a different form of play today called the epilogue. And we're going to start off going all the way back to episode 1, 0 even, where we reiterate what everyone's drive clocks were. Let's start with Ruby.
Yes. Worm's drive, which A inherited, is gain autonomy as a trusted asset to the DFS.
And Verbal.
Verbal's drive is to secure a position of power that allows me to profit from the war without Helter or I having to fight in it.
And Tansy?
Become or inspire a character in Calazar.
And Helter.
Transcend humanity and drive humanity to transcend.
All right. We're going to do things a little bit out of order because we left you on a cliffhanger for the very last episode. And so let's do a very quick, emphasis on quick. When last we left our heroes, Verbal had just spit an acid tooth at Valmina's mom.
Not my mom. Tansy's mom.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
My mom. my mom's
Valmina's
okay.
mom is fine. Valmina's mom is fine.
Verbal exists in our world.
It's all a blur. All right.
Quickly go check.
Verbal had just spit an acid tooth at Tansy's mom, Laurel Rue. Helter had just bitten the fingers off of Finn Rue. What happens at this point as Finn grabs his hand in pain, looking for a weapon?
Verbal calls out, Helter, finish him.
Helter has like turned a little bit and is like looking up and is like chewing with his like eyes closed.
Tansy is screaming her head off.
What exactly is Tansy screaming?
Just wordless. Just like, I don't want to do it into the mic because it'll blow it out. Your eardrums deserve better, dear audience. So just a gut wrenching, blood curdling, like all of the fury unleashed kind of yell. She's not expecting this to happen at all. She's seeing her mom's face
Melting before her.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It's kind of a post-face situation.
Yeah, it's not something you want to see. I think she is gonna raise her gun and point it at Verbal.
Okay. I feel like Verbal has the narrative ball.
Okay. Into the whatever the receiver / iPad. Worm, as your commanding officer, I'm ordering you to finish off Fern Rue, and then turns hands up to Tansy and is like, whoa, this was the plan. Tansy, we did it.
What's Worm doing?
Listening to orders, right? We talked about a few things that I could do here. All of them are very interesting to me. Let's see. You give Worm this order, and understood. And very quickly, I hijack the Kitty Hawk.
Okay. And do what?
I think I crush him to death. I think I just fucking step on him.
Yeah. Just through the floor, like Kitty Hawk was parked outside, right? Just drops through the ceiling onto him.
Yeah.
So while
I think I fucking
while
crush
all of
him.
this is happening, Elegy Dags, aka King Rat, and Highway Robbery have kind of taken cover, but they're watching to see what goes down here. This is not what they expected.
I'd bet.
It would be incredible if it was what they expected. Like,
Kind of par for the course with the Farm Upstate, though.
So
You can anticipate us, we've failed.
Exactly.
you know those TikToks that are like, never let them know your next move? That's very us.
If we don't know our next move, neither do they.
Tansy pulls a gun on Verbal as the Kitty Hawk crushes her dad. What does Tansy do?
Tansy's hand was shaking as Verbal was telling her that this was the plan, and she was about to respond, but this has just happened. And so she just starts shooting the gun, but she's not aiming it well at all. Like she's overcome. She's not able to maintain control of her weapon. So there is just just blaster fire going everywhere.
Verbal, are you hit?
The Kitty Hawk around Verbal, probably near Helter too. Are you hit?
Are you hit, Verbal?
No, I don't think so. I think as soon as the Kitty Hawk like drops through the floor, like Verbal like ducks away and is like trying to use the explosion crushing dust to like and like making his way towards Helter, and is just like, get us out of here. As like this dust cloud and like Tansy is firing, like Verbal's voice comes through the dust cloud and is like, you could have been a great leader. You could have been a great leader, Tansy.
I trust in you!
All right. Let's pause. Okay. There we go. Let's pause. Helter, can you give us one of your beliefs about one of your players?
So, Worm doesn't understand that she's better than the humans who made her. I will show her. Will Worm ever realize that she's like... Will this new Worm... Cause this was written about the original Worm, Worm B. So, is this something that the Worm A will ever believe?
I don't think she ever believes it. But I think today makes it so that she reasonably could. I don't think she, as a person / AI, ever gets to that spot, but if she ever hypothetically did, it would be partially because of this.
Yeah. Well, this feels appropriate to start with. Verbal thinks I'm a capable leader. Did Verbal ever think I was capable at anything? / does Verbal think anyone besides themselves is capable of anything?
Oh yeah, there's a question. Verbal thought and thinks Tansy is the best pilot he's ever seen.
Jesus Christ.
Are other people capable? Yes. Okay. If I was to write a new belief of other people are capable, but I am the most capable, is like very much Verbal's.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't breathe.
I have Tansy's rock bottom self-esteem is a threat to her survival. Does Tansy ever get it together? Question mark.
Oh.
Weirdly, I think this moment is what makes Tansy get it together. Yeah.
Fortune the flames.
Shit.
There's like a saying, I don't remember. I think like you're not an adult until your parents die or something. I don't remember which culture this is from. But...
Jesus.
All right. I will I'll go to Worm. She's more human than most humans around here. That was a belief about Worm B. I guess Tansy has another two-part question. Like, was Worm B ever really my friend? And is Worm A, like, does Worm A have the potential to, be more human?
Sorry, can I just point out, I just asked, do you ever get over your rock bottom self-esteem? And your next question was, were you ever my friend?
Were you ever my friend?
Well, listen. Do I ever get over it? Yes.
Eventually.
Is it
Not
a
now.
process? Also, yes.
Yeah, I think B. Fuck. It's so hard to remember the order of operations in terms of Worm Legacy. B very much did consider you a friend. I think she considered everyone here a friend, and that was what got her killed. Or, yeah, trapped. She may, got her sent on a suicide mission that she didn't return from. As for A, I think, like, I don't think she has the capacity to. Like, I think in order to be human or more than human, I think there has to be some sort of desire. And I just don't think that A wants to be anything other than what she is. Yeah. Oh, this one's gonna be fucking fun. Jesus Christ, both of these. I'm gonna read both of them because holy shit. I don't like you, but you still vouched to save my life, and I owe you. Then my developed later to verbal is one of the few people in this world I trust more than myself.
And you're right.
What's the question?
Yeah. Did verbal trust Worm at any point outside of, like, as an asset? Was that reciprocated to any degree?
The answer would be no, fictionally, in terms of if I had taken your drive clock, got my promotion, and said, fuck you. Verbal explicitly, like, went and emotionally blackmailed a politician to try and get some kind of leverage in Worm's favor, and did complete that project, and, like, you have a clock that is, like, born of verbal, like, doing that. That is true of Worm B.
Yes. It's... I specifically asked that because, like, I think there is a lot of mutual benefit in there in a way that makes it murky.
Tansy has a chance to be something beautiful, but she won't.
Fucking hell.
Does Tansy leave a positive mark on the world at all?
Jesus.
Because there's, like, lots of paths for Tansy, I see.
That depends.
Yeah, and, like, I just want to, like, does this break Tansy in a way that, like, she's not a good person anymore? Because I feel like Tansy was, like, a good person, sort of. Or at least tried to be a good person. And, like, I just, like, I can see Tansy, like, completely retreating or, like, being I just, like, does Tansy, like...
Well,
obviously
let's
no
save
one came
some
out
of this.
as good, but does...
Yeah, let's save some of this for the 5 years post-epilogue. But my answer to this is, it depends on how you look at leaving a positive impact on the world. Because definitely, like, her drive clock, like, gets accomplished. So we'll go into that more later. But yeah, providing entertainment for one of, like, the most beloved long-running franchises in the universe. Yeah, that's a positive impact.
Okay.
Right?
Can I pitch the question? If you ask what is a positive impact, is would Kat be proud of Tansy?
No.
Okay, thank you.
like very no.
And on that note, verbal.
The new Worm is going to be much more useful to me than to the DFS. Is Verbal able to continue exploiting Worm, turning her into an asset that works under him rather than the DFS?
Not anymore. I think, she's pliable, but she's not fucking stupid. This was not a DFS mission. This is not an official, like, order. There was no military benefit to, like, murdering the CEOs of a company and then claiming that was the plant. Like, none of this was, it's obvious. And I think Worm, like, I think A has absolutely realized it. My belief with Tansy is her desperation for heroism is absolutely hilarious to watch. Does Tansy have any desire for heroism after this?
I would say yes, but her idea of what heroism is has changed. My most recent belief about Helter is that Helter has an interesting way of thinking, even if it is scary. I guess my question now is, what scares Helter?
I think like if it hasn't already happened, Helter doesn't feel fear anymore.
That was kind of what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, like if it hasn't already happened, it's gonna happen soon. Helter is like disconnecting from human emotions.
That's yeah.
Yeah. My connection with Helter, my belief, the camaraderie of being the weirdest motherfuckers in the room at any moment. And I think the question is, like, it's very clear that you saw a lot of your ideals in, or B, but do you see, like, the echoes of you or the things you believe in A, or anything that happens to Worm going forwards?
Yeah. If I think that Helter believes that any type of thing that is the kind of thing that Worm is has the capability of becoming something more. That doesn't mean that they will, and it seems like the new Worm doesn't want that. But that doesn't mean that she would be incapable of it if she did want it. My thing for Verbal is, my belief for Verbal is it's not my future or Verbal's future, it's our future. And my question is, I'm transcending humanity. Are you coming with me?
My belief about Helter is no matter how he changes, I'll always recognize Helter. It's the one protecting me. What does Helter look like in a year's time? Like, that's not the question, just to be clear. I just want to like be able to describe.
Yeah, in a year's time, Helter does look a lot more, I think, like, kind of chitinous in some ways. I think their whole full face is, like, gone, and they have, like, more of, like, a helmet-type head with the hair out the back. Probably, I think their chest has started to give way a little bit into, like, an internal cavity. And they are squishier, like, just like when if like you filled a glove with like kinetic sand or something.
God, what if you filled a glove with kinetic sand? Oh my god. Yeah, Verbal reaching up to cup what was once your face, looking into eye spots that no longer see. Ask the question, now you've transcended human emotion, do you still love me?
I really wanted Helter to say, I didn't eat you.
Oh no.
Let's go to 1 week later. What is Tansy doing a week after Goliath falls?
Tansy has taken over as the new CEO of the Rowe Corporation. And yeah, things have progressed really quickly, as they do in a wartime. Do you think Cafe Noir would go with her to be like a, I don't want to say assistant, but like
Head scientist.
Yeah, well, Cafe's not really a scientist; she's a designer.
Head
so
engineer.
I guess, head engineer, or even like the CTO, like, yeah. So that's a question for Mo.
So that's not a question for Mo. That's a question for Valmina.
Oh,
Is that what
okay.
you're spending your drive clocks on?
Oh, I thought I had to spend my drive clocks on my drive, like actually my drive.
You spend your drive clocks to change your situation in the story. So if you wanted to leave
I see.
DFS, that's going to cost
see.
2 clocks.
Okay. Yeah. Then I guess I do spend both of those.
But if you want Cafe Noir to
drive
leave
clocks.
DFS,
Yeah.
that's going to cost you another drive clock.
Oh, which I don't have. Oh, heartbreak. I mean, I feel like it was kind of a long shot for that to happen anyway, so that's okay.
Cafe Noir very much wants to be in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she has a job to do.
Okay. Well, I guess Cafe is there for emotional support, though. Then, Thanks, love. Tansy definitely needs help. Narratively, I'm like trying to think of what characters could possibly provide that, and coming up blank.
I know someone who is very good at navigating the black market of Hestal. Elegy Deggs, King Ret.
That makes sense because my parents did hire them for that last job. So yeah. All right.
They kind of work
So
for
I'm working-
everybody.
You inherited your parents' Rolodex. You have his fucking number now. Great.
I really did. Yeah, so I'm getting support from the vermin then, it seems like. And I have immediately cut off all of the contracts with the Jovangelian Empire, my number one enemies. Yeah, I mean, I'm still working with the DFS because, money.
So you know, if you cut off ties with the Jovangelians, you become a target for the Jovangelians.
Let them come.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yes.
Okay. I love it.
this, Tansy.
Hey.
Okay. This is not the Tansy brew I knew.
I have all the guns now.
Bad week.
Yeah. So I guess Tansy didn't technically become / inspire a character in CalazCon, but she transcended that. Yeah.
All right. Worm, what are you doing a week after Goliath falls?
So, here's a kind of a major question that I think we were going to have to address sometime in the next... Now, the Farm Upstate is functionally dead, right?
Cafe Noir still runs a R&D squad called the Farm Upstate.
Okay. It's just some
And
other
actually,
assholes.
currently, Cafe Noir works for a squad called the Farm Upstate a week later. No promotions have been made because we're trying to figure out who's actually reporting for duty right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. This isn't a very particularly glamorous answer, but I think it's the honest one. I think Worm, as soon as this is over, I use send attachment. Fuck you. Not send attachment. Yeah, send attachment. Great. I can use send attachment just to go back to the base. And I think, as soon as word comes in as to, what the fuck was happening, part of the reason we were able to get away with this for so long is that Verbal was so fucking good at, getting the higher-ups off our ass. And we don't know what Verbal is doing, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be covering for the Farm Upstate as a whole anymore. Themselves, sure. I obviously I don't know what Verbal's doing, but I think you can only hide this for so long.
Are you hiding this?
I don't think I am. I think Worm, very quickly upon this being found, is functionally quarantined. Put in an offsite server that's powered off. That's low power mode. I think they're okay, while we're picking through the rubble of this, this fucking thing, we need her, we need to figure out what the fuck happened, and she is not helping.
Is she?
I think she would help if the DFS asked, but she's a suspect.
She's a suspect.
As it stands. I think she's the closest an AI can get to detained. And I think she's fine with that. She's all right, cool, yeah, understood, it's protocol.
Verbal, 1 week later.
Verbal and Helter are on the run together? Where are we going? I don't know. I haven't...
What else exists in the world?
Yeah.
The great part is everybody else isn't either, because most people are so focused on the war, so you're lost.
Yeah. We have escaped from what is considered like the war zone, I guess. A cool beat that I wanted to put on screen and didn't get a chance to, so we're going to do it here. We, as in I made Helter do it. Stop me if you've heard this one before. We made like replicas of these acidic teeth to send out to the, like, we mass produced those to send out to DFS assassins. I would love to have a scene where in the weeks later Helter and Verbal are cornered by one of the assassins. I don't think it's Pizza, because I don't know if Pizza has more than just the squad that was on screen. But I love the idea of like one of these DFS like sanctioned assassins pulls a gun on them, like corners them, and is like, this is as close as you're going to get it to a court martial. And then Verbal just like clicks a pen or button in his pocket, and the acid tooth just detonates remotely in the assassin's head, and is just like, I can't believe they all put those in their heads voluntarily. Like, that's a bomb in every assassin's head.
So did you blow all of them up, or just this one?
I think just this one, because I don't want to threaten Pizza characters, because I don't know what their epilogues are and stuff, so
That would be insane. Hey, sorry about your epilogue. We actually all of you
I actually
died.
killed all of you.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
That's what drive.
Sorry, you're gonna have to re-record.
That's what drive clocks are for. And so the real question is, did you use the syringe?
Yeah, we saw that in the last session. I had already used that. Basically done it in a flashback. So like at the end of last episode when I turned, I already had, like, I described them as like lanternfish teeth to imply that I had already stabbed myself like way before the mission. Like we just didn't have a flashback there, but I should have said flashback. Here's me injecting the goo.
What do you look like now?
Right now, I'm much the same. I think my smile is much more threatening. But I remain... Even on the run, my hair is, like, pristinely slicked back. I'm somehow still flawlessly clean-shaven. I think I've shed my usual uniform with the Parker and the day glow. And I think I'm in, like, much more undercover kind of civilian clothes. My face is maybe a little bigger, maybe edging towards the way Tim Sale draws the Joker. Oh, I don't want to say that on... Let's ignore the Joker comparison, but... Tim Sale draws the Joker in a really good way. But yeah, just like, the mouth is much more prominent for Verbal now, and the teeth are just these, like, needles.
Just to be clear, you spent your drive clocks to...
secure a position of power that allows me to profit from the war without Helter or I having to fight in it. That's going to be my 5-year scene, just to be clear. But yes, I'm getting Helter and I out of the war specifically.
I think maybe we just get like a shot of Helter, like looking out the window, and we like slowly hear like something fading in like the sound mix, but it's not quite words and it's not quite static. It's just something that's like a little bit incomprehensible, like slowly fading in.
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited by ScienceBird. You can find them on Twitter as @Vetero. That's VETARO. Sound balancing for this episode was done by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at cvblight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.